Well, sorry for those technical difficulties for those of you who are tuning in live or trying to. As you know, it was scheduled to happen at noon Albuquerque time today, and I had the delightful experience of sitting on a freeway north of Albuquerque for an hour and 15 minutes while they were doing road construction. So we quickly rescheduled, and we still hadn't worked out all the kinks for the live streaming, but we're here now. I'm Rikki Quintana, the founder of HoonArts Fair Trade, and Denise Bucci is here as my team member and chief collaborator. Denise currently lives in Asheville, North Carolina. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And Denise has been part of the HoonArts team. We were talking the other day and realized Denise actually helped midwife the birth of HoonArts. She was actually part of the team that welcomed the first delegation from Tajikistan back in 2013. And it was at the farewell party at that delegation, which actually took place in the same living room that I'm standing in now, where when I got up to make my farewell speech for the group, I found myself saying, "I'll do it. I'll build a mark for Tajik handicrafts." And here we are, over 6 years later. So it's a little bit of the history. I will be doing most of the talking, and Denise, you know that I have a tendency to just keep talking. We want to keep this to 30 minutes, so please chime in if I seem to be going over time. Anybody who's tuning in, if you have questions or comments, please put them in the comments, and Denise will be tracking the comments. Also, if you're just tuning in, I want you to know that you should stick around till the end of our half-hour little event here, because I will have a special free gift bonus for you, and I'll give you the details at the end of our broadcast here. I'm now going to shift to speaker view so that you can see things better. What we're talking about today is Mother's Day, coming up on May 9th, and we put together a curated collection of some of our favorite products.
Speaker view. That might have been me. Sorry.
A curated collection. You know how when you go to a store or you go to a craft fair or an exhibition, and there are so many pretty things, you end up going home again because there's just too much choice. Well, that's why we decided just to put together a small collection of items. And we do our very best when we put our product pages up on the website to capture the texture and the color of the products, but you really can't do it in a still photograph. So the plan today is to show you a little more up close and personal of these 12 curated products, so you can get a better sense of scale and drape and that sort of thing. But first, I wanted to talk a little bit about how Mother's Day works in the US. In reality, as opposed to the way the Amazons of the world and the greeting card companies deal with Mother's Day. I actually texted my daughter this morning and said, "Siobhan, quick, do you have any special memories of Mother's Day?" And she wrote back and she said, "I think we used to go to a club on base and have brunch for Mother's Day, and I would get all dressed up." And that was pretty much what she remembered. When I was thinking about Mother's Day from my perspective as a mother, I could only think of one specific gift, Mother's Day gift that I received, and that's this little baby here. This is a little make-it-yourself doggie that my daughter made when she went to Pennsylvania when she was just a kid. I think she was 10 or 11 years old, and she went to a dance camp, and one of their field trips was to go to the local mall, to one of those stores where you could make your own stuffed animal, and she made this doggie and she brought it home to me. And this is specifically the only Mother's Day gift that I can specifically identify, and it still goes with me. I couldn't part with it. I went through a lot of my stuff recently for reorganizing the house, but this one had to stay with me. How about you, Denise? Do you remember any special Mother's Day events in your life?
Well, I know I was trying to think back, and the main one that pops into my mind is probably the first Mother's Day I would remember, because I think I was about 6. And we were still living in upstate New York at the time, and I was really excited to help my dad cook a big breakfast for my mom. And we wanted to give her breakfast in bed. So as much as he tried to dissuade me, I had to be the one to carry the tray to her, to hand her that meal. And yes, of course, at the very last minute, everything just fell off the tray onto the floor. So that could have, I'm sure he could have foreseen that, but it was actually a really sweet thing because they were both very supportive about it, and we all cleaned it up together. And I don't know what we did, if we ended up just going out for breakfast after that or making something else, but yeah, kind of a funny little moment of just really wanting to do something special for my mom, but clearly I shouldn't have been trying to carry that big, heavy tray.
And little kids always want to help so much. But these experiences are sort of emblematic of gift giving for events like Christmas and Mother's Day have gotten sort of distorted by the commercialism of our system. And the reality is that most people don't remember specific gifts unless there's something about the event, or there's some special meaning, or in the case of my little doggie, it was the thought that went into it. My daughter used her own money to buy this little guy and make him and bring him home. And it's that special connection that makes the difference. So if there's a mom in your life that you'd really like to recognize, give it some thought and build a story around it so that it becomes memorable. Ultimately, the memory probably stays more with you as the giver than the recipient. But the other side of this is, I know many of our customers, their kids are grown, and like yesterday, I got an email from my older daughter saying, "Is your Amazon wish list up to date?" She lives in California. She doesn't know my tastes. She doesn't know what I've bought, what I haven't bought. So it's sometimes really hard to select something that's really just right. So it's okay to get yourself a Mother's Day gift. And one of our gifts, I'll mention it right up front, one of the collection of our Mother's Day collection is a gift card. And it comes in a number of denominations starting at $10. So if you have somebody special in mind that you want to buy something for, but you're not sure what they would like, a gift certificate would be perfect. Okay, so let's start. First, we'll start with our red poppy infinity scarf. Infinity Shawl. The one that's on the collection is the red poppies on gray. This is the same Infinity Shawl, except that it's mine. I had two of these made special. It was a special design that I worked with Jano of Seven Sisters to design a shawl, because I've always considered myself rather scarf challenged. And you'll see as we go along some of the different things we've done with scarves. For people like me who are not great at tying and wrapping scarves, I wanted something that I didn't have to tie, wouldn't fall off, and would show off, always show off the lovely poppy flowers. So this is actually one of our first bespoke items. It's a double-sided scarf. The silk is hand woven in Uzbekistan, and Seven Sisters has created a relationship with one of the weaving groups in Uzbekistan. So they buy all their silk hand woven from a particular weaver, and then they do the dyeing themselves in Kyrgyzstan, and the felted poppies are merino wool. Let's see if you can see that pretty well. It's a very thin layer of wool felt. They start with the raw fiber, and they create what they call a pre-felt, a sheet of very thin but slightly porous felt that then gets dyed and cut into patterns, and then it's rolled and kneaded like bread into the silk, so that the wool and the silk bond. Of course, it's a little hard to see that on this particular item, because I specifically asked Janelle to line this, because I'm a little bit allergic to wool, so I wanted something where the wool would never be directly next to my skin. And I have another friend who won't wear wool because she's allergic, so I thought we'd experiment and see if we could get something that would have only silk against your skin. So we have the gray one is part of the collection, and you'd think I'd know these prices by yes, this is $149. It's the red poppy infinity shawl. So that's our first item.
Oh, I love that one. And that's one of our newest items too, isn't it?
It is. It's in the Mother's Day collection and in our new products collection. That's from Kyrgyzstan. Now we'll shift gears and we'll move south from Kyrgyzstan to Tajikistan. And the next item are these beautiful little zippered coin purses. They're zippered and they're each lined. The black fabric is cotton, and the hand embroidery is also cotton, and they're each lined in a complementary color, perfect for carrying your license or credit card, or if you have a big wallet and you want to just throw in, a lipstick or lip balm or a few coins. These are great for just tucking in when you go out for a walk around the block, as we do during the pandemic. Most people aren't out in full force yet, but you need a few items in your pocket. So these are really perfect for that. As I said, these are hand embroidered by Armagon Handicrafts from Tajikistan. And the neat thing about this pattern and all the other patterns that you'll see in the Armagon Handicrafts collection are taken from traditional heirloom Suzanne embroidery pieces, tapestries that hang on walls. And this little pattern actually comes from the border of an heirloom Suzanni in the Art Museum of Panjikent in Tajikistan. So that's the next little item. And let's...
How much are those, Rikki?
Oh, I'm sorry. These are $10.99.
Oh, great.
And if you place an order of $50 or more, shipping in the U.S., anywhere in the U.S. is free. And I always ship by priority mail. And I think I've only had one package go astray in 6 years. So it's pretty reliable. Okay, let's see what, well, this one's right on top, so I'll do this one. This one is also from Tajikistan. This is a mini Suzanni, or what they call in Tajikistan a pano, a small wall hanging. It has these little loops at the top so you can get a nice dowel or thread some string through there and hang. It hangs really nicely. This wall hanging actually has a name. It's called marhamat, which is the Tajik word for welcome. And the teapot in the middle is a symbol of hospitality. This particular design was awarded the UNESCO Award for Craftsmanship because of the design. There's meaning in each of the colors and in each of the symbols. The little triangular shapes around the edge, this pattern, this patchwork pattern, in the US it's referred to as the flying goose pattern. In Tajikistan and also in Kyrgyzstan at least, it's called tumar, and it is a talisman against evil. So each bride, traditional bride, would have some textile home goods like this with that pattern to take as part of her dowry when she gets married. And this one is $65.99. It's lined in the back, so it's beautifully finished. And this is one that you have, Denise, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say it makes a lot of sense because I chose that as pretty much a housewarming present to myself because we just bought our first house a few months ago. And because I'm always drinking tea, as you know, so I just love that. It's really unique.
It's one of my favorites too. Okay, let's see. We're doing a lot of Tajikistan. It wasn't organized that way, but it just came out that way. The next one is our large hand-carved walnut comb. These are hand-carved by Usta Sodiq, Master Sodiq of Istarafshan, Tajikistan. He is a 5th generation wood carver. His combs are famous throughout Central Asia, and these are $59.99. The patterns are all taken from traditional carving patterns. If you follow pages on Facebook that relate to Tajikistan, you'll often see large wall doors, carved doors. Wood carving is a very, very long-standing art in Tajikistan. Master Sodiq has traditionally only worked with combs, mostly walnut or apricot, but he's expanded, and you'll see one of the other products. He's expanded his collection, but I brought several with me so that you can see, even though each one, they're approximately the same size, but they're all unique. For example, they're all one of a kind. This one, you can see the teeth are a little bit wider than this one. This one obviously would be better for thicker hair. This one for thinner hair. But you can see the patterns are a little different. The wood grain is a little different. And here's one where you can see This is also walnut, but it's a different part of the trunk, a different part of the wood. The lighter wood tends to be at the edge of the log, whereas the darker wood is towards the center where there's more moisture in the wood. So again, these are $59.99. And now
I know some of this show and tell. I mean, there's just so many stories. But yeah, I mean, it's already, I think since we started a little late, we can go a little bit over, right? I feel like we have too many stories.
So are you telling me I need to speed it up a little bit?
Possibly.
Okay. Well,
if we want to give those sneak peeks, then maybe.
Okay. Well, I'll try to speak a little faster. This is the red circles on black silk. This is the length that we call the regular length. Also made by Seven Sisters of Kyrgyzstan using the same process. I was going to take this off, but I'm running out of time, so I'll just drape it around. This is a really excellent size just to drape around your shoulders. It's very dramatic, and it works really well for special events. That I hear from the news that we're going to return to the world of special events, and people are planning their weddings. It's also great because it's super lightweight. It's warm, silk and wool. It's warm, but it's very lightweight. So this one, it has a really elegant, dramatic look. The next one here is our purple poppies, purple flowers. And I have 3 different sizes here. You can see the colors are a little bit different. Oh, I forgot to mention the price on the regular size felted silk scarf is $115 for all of these regular size scarves. Here's the regular, and then here's a different shade of purple and a different shade of gray. This is actually what the extra long size, which gives you about 10 extra inches. So it's if you're a full-figured person like me, or you would like to double wrap, this extra long just gives you more to work with. You can tell I'm scarf challenged just by the way I'm showing these off. I've gotten pretty good at putting them on myself, but not when I'm wearing one of these lovely infinity shawls underneath. And then the third size is the small, the short size, which is a perfect size for Zoom calls. It's really easy. You can just wear it around your neck, just do a simple drape. Let's see if I can do this like that. A lot you can do with this short size. This size is 75. And if you still feel scarf challenged, we also have these wonderful little scarf ties that have snaps at the end so that you don't have to worry about tying. You can just wrap your scarf tie around and snap it and adjust it. You could tie it here or do lots of creative things. The scarf ties are $5. The short length is $75. And I think I forgot to mention the extra long length is $130. And these are all in a row. I was pressing everything last night, so they just ended up stacked together. Our final Kyrgyz product is the black and white, which really has a very elegant, simple look to it. No black poppies in real life, but they look beautiful on white silk. So that wraps up our collection of felted silk from Kyrgyzstan. And now we're going to go a little bit north again to Uzbekistan and see, oh, I do see some more Kyrgyz products at the bottom, I forgot. This is one of our ikat scarves from Ikat Uz Craft Studio, located in Margolin, Uzbekistan. This is a combination of 50% silk, 50% cotton. These are about 79 inches long. Very nice weight. They drape really well. You can just wear them down, or it's a good length for just doing the very simple loop tie. This scarf is $45. These are all hand woven, hand dyed, using traditional ikat patterns. So we have this blue, black, and cream in the collection. And then, very appropriate for Mother's Day, we have this pink and gold version. Notice that heart there and those flowers. Can't get more appropriate for Mother's Day, I don't think. Pink is popular in the traditional color palettes in Uzbekistan. Again, this is 50% cotton, 50% silk. And these are very traditional patterns. And now we're headed back to Kyrgyzstan for an eco-printed scarf. This is also from Seven Sisters, and these are one of my favorites. Denise is wearing an eco-printed scarf as well.
Yep, I got the turquoise one. So yeah, I love them. They're nice and lightweight.
Yeah, the patterns, you can see, those patterns are created by by pressing and rolling actual leaves and botanicals into the silk and letting the natural dyes seep into and color the silk itself. And then the accent color is a commercial dye. Seven Sisters typically uses Turkish dyes because of the quality. But we only have 2 of these left, but I brought both of them out so that you can see that even though they have the same pink color accent, each one is really one of a kind because it's completely dependent on the individual leaves and botanicals that get used. They can't be reused. So each one of these is totally unique. And these are one of my favorite scarves because the weight and the drape of the scarf is just very lightweight and silky, and it drapes so nicely. So, and I think we have one more item in our official collection here. We have our
eco scarves are they 75?
75. And oh, I'm getting a little rattled here. The final item in our 12 gift collection are these hand-carved wooden earrings, also hand-carved by Master Sodiq of Istarafshan. Istarafshan was a major stop along the Silk Road, and it continues to be one of the major craft centers of Tajikistan. These were a product that were designed and created just for HoonArts because people like earrings a lot and they don't cost a lot of money to ship them. The patterns, the floral patterns that you can see, those are the same traditional patterns, little pieces selected from the larger patterns that Master Sodiq and his ancestors have used in creating their combs. And these have the ear wires on these are surgical steel. I would have liked to have done sterling silver, but that's not a practical choice for working with Tajikistan, because there's a ministry in Tajikistan that requires any artist who is exporting anything involving precious metals or precious or semi-precious stones, each individual piece has to be weighed and tagged at the ministry. So it's a little complicated. So what I ended up doing was I shipped a large collection of surgical steel ear wires to Tajikistan, because that's not something they could get locally. These are, I believe, $21.99. They're very lightweight, but the wood, the copper reddish wood is apricot wood. This is walnut. These are the two woods Master Sodiq works with more commonly, because he uses the wood from orchards, from the leftover wood from cultivated orchards, and Tajikistan grows a lot of walnut trees and apricot trees, and they export a lot of dried apricots and walnuts. So that wraps up the 12 items on our list. How are we doing on time?
We're about at the 30-minute mark, but I mean, I feel like we can squeeze in a little bit more.
Okay, I also wanted to do a little sneak peek of some of the things that I have in hand but haven't quite gotten photographed and up on the website yet. One of them is this gorgeous embroidered jacket, also from Armagon Handicrafts. It's a swing jacket. This particular one right here is the size that I actually appropriated for myself, rather like this infinity shawl. Very sleek, nice, easy care design, but we also have it in a couple of other sizes. And here's the small size with white embroidery on black. The outer black fabric is a wool rayon blend, so it has a really nice weight and texture. And then we have also a second pattern here that is really nice too. A long cardigan, just a straight cardigan design, not embroidered on the back, just on the front panels, white on black and red on black. And we have these in a couple of different sizes as well. And then I would also show you a couple of kimono jackets. These are also made by Armagon Handicrafts. These are hand-woven ikats from Uzbekistan, but the garments are made in Tajikistan. These are perfect for summer. They're unlined, they're 100% cotton. They look great over jeans or cut-off pants. And you can also wear them over something more elegant. Very, very colorful, but a wonderful little wrap for when the temperature gets a little colder. Do I have time to show off a couple of bags? You tell me, Denise.
We can also maybe share some of those at the next one.
Okay. Well, next time we're planning on doing these Facebook Lives probably every couple of weeks, and we'll be making announcements on our Facebook page and in our email. So we'll make sure that we include the bags in our next one. Any of these sneak peek items, if something caught your eye, you can just email us or DM us on Facebook or send us a message on Instagram, whatever's convenient. So if one of these products caught your eye and you want to know exactly where you can buy it, you can go to our website at HoonArts.com, HoonArts.com. And if you click the menu at the top under shop, the first item will be the Mother's Day collection. So it's really easy to navigate there. You can also go to our Facebook page, which you're probably viewing this on. We have an Instagram page, HoonArts Fair Trade, and we even have a YouTube channel, which is also HoonArts Fair Trade. And if you subscribe to our email, which you can do from our website, you'll get notice of all of our live events, new products, and we're always sharing information and stories about our artists and the cultures and the landscapes of Central Asia. I promised you a bonus if you stuck around for the end. Anybody who places an order, since we got started late, I changed my mind tonight, Denise, I'm going to extend it. If you place an order today or tomorrow of $50 or more, then you can have your choice as a bonus gift, one of these wonderful pair of these wonderful tassel earrings from Tajikistan. These are the tassels are called pupak in the Tajik language. They're beaded. They're really lightweight and colorful and fun. I've appropriated several pair for myself, and they come in yellow, green, red, and oh, I dropped the blue ones. Blue ones. So in order to get your free bonus pair of earrings, all you need to do is place your order at our website by midnight tomorrow night, and then send us an email and tell me what color earrings you would like. That's all you have to do, and they'll be tucked into your package. And a couple of other things that will come with your package. We have artisan cards for each of the artisans represented here today that provide some photographs and a little of the story of the artisans. So it makes a wonderful gift to complement if you're giving it as a gift, and information for yourself if you're treating yourself. I'll also include a special blank greeting card that we had specially designed. It has this beautiful quote from Edna St. Vincent Millay, "Beauty is whatever gives you joy." So we'll also include that as part of the package. And I'm sure we've gone over our time. If there's...
Well, Rikki, I was going to say there's, I think, one more thing we can mention just real quick is that online experience, if anybody might want to give that as a gift.
Oh, absolutely. How could I forget? We, on Airbnb online experiences, we now have our first online experience where Munira Akilova, one of our designers and artists from Tajikistan, joins us from her home in Hujan, Tajikistan. It's a wonderful 90-minute experience, very interactive, and it's $20 a person, and you can give it as a gift or invite the whole family to join us. And you can find it on our website, or you can just go to Airbnb direct and look for Tajikistan, and I'm sure it will pop up. Have I forgotten anything else, Denise?
No, I think that sums it up for now.
If you have any questions about anything we presented today, or you have any comments, just post them in the comments on Facebook, and we'll try to get back to you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.